Hey students, so in the introduction to articles video, we learned about definite articles and indefinite articles. Actually just one definite article, that is the. But in this particular video lecture, we are going to focus on our indefinite articles. So what are our indefinite articles? Our indefinite articles are a and an. And when do we use these indefinite articles? We use them before singular countable nouns. I've written that here, singular countable nouns. So singular nouns are nouns that are or that refer to one thing or a person, and plural nouns on the other hand refer to more than one thing or more than one persons. So the noun that we use the article before should be a singular noun, and it should also be countable. So countable nouns are nouns that obviously the ones that we can count, and we can also put a number before them. For example, one book, two books. Therefore, book is a countable noun. Let me give you an example of an uncountable noun. An uncountable noun is rice. So when I write rice here, I cannot say I want one rice or two rices. That is because rice is an uncountable noun. And so is the case with water. So I cannot say I need one water, I need two waters. There is no such thing in the English language. I can say I want one glass of water and I want two glasses of water. But glass again is an agent. We cannot use one and two just with the noun water. And therefore, rice and water are uncountable nouns. So these are uncountable. And therefore, the purpose of me actually writing down the uncountable nouns is I want you to know that you cannot use a and an, that is our indefinite articles, before uncountable nouns and before plural nouns. They can only be used before what? Before singular countable nouns. And I have a few examples here. The first one is a book, an orange, a girl. So book here is singular because we are only referring to one book, and it's a countable noun. One book, two books. Therefore, a book. Then we have an orange, okay? One orange, that is singular noun, and one orange, two oranges. It's a countable noun. And then we have girl, singular noun because we are just referring to one girl here. So girl, one girl and two girls, that is, girl is a countable noun. So, now we know when do we use our indefinite articles. We use them before singular countable nouns. However, there is a thing that I'd like to focus on, and that is the usage of a and an. So when do you think we use a and when do you think we use an? So in these examples here, we've used a book and we've used an orange. Why is that? Why didn't we just use a orange? Well, the rule is that we use an before vowel letters. So I'm just going to write an vowel, and our vowel letters are A, E, I, O, U. What this means is that we use an before a noun that starts in a vowel letter. Let's take the example an orange here. An is our indefinite article, and the noun, which is orange, is starting with O. And O is a vowel letter, and therefore we use an before it. So we use an before those nouns that start with a vowel letter, and our vowel letters are A, E, I, O, U, and all the other letters in the English alphabet are consonant letters. So this is the rule, and before nouns starting in vowel letters, and a for the consonant letters. Okay, so that is the rule. Now we are going to do this activity. Now in this activity, what we are going to do is I have these words here, and we are going to use a or an depending on the first letter or even the sound of the word. Now let's get started with this activity. It is a really interesting one, and I want you to get involved in this. So let's start with the first word, which is apple. So apple, should it be a apple or should it be an apple? Well, A here is our vowel letter, and therefore, what is the rule, guys? The rule is we have to use an before words starting in vowel letters. Therefore, we would say an apple. Let's take a look at the second example word, which is enemy. Now, enemy is starting with E, and is E our vowel letter? Yes, it is. Therefore, we use an before enemy. Let's take a look at the third example, which is inkstand. Now, what is the answer, guys? Yes, it is an, because R here is again our vowel letter. Let's take a look at the next example, umbrella. Now, umbrella starts with the letter U. Letter U is a vowel letter, but I just want you to focus on something here, okay? Now, this may sound a little complicated, but it's not. Now, although the word umbrella starts with a U, but it does not have the U sound. It has the sound, right? Umbrella, it has the sound. Now, the sound is also a vowel sound. So, the purpose of telling you this is that we are not supposed to merely focus on the vowel letters, but also on the vowel sounds. E, O, all of these sounds that I just made, these are vowel sounds. And since umbrella starts with a vowel sound and also a vowel letter, we are going to use our indefinite article an. Let's take a look at the next example. Hour. Now, the word hour starts with an H, and H is a consonant letter, right? It is not a part of our vowel letters. That means we simply have to use a hour, right? But I just made a statement a few seconds ago. I just told you guys that we have to also focus on the sound of the word. Now, the word hour starts with, the consonant letter H, but does it make that sound? Do we say hour? No, it's hour, and is a vowel sound. Therefore, we have to use our indefinite article an. Alright, so we don't merely focus on the consonant letters, we also focus, consonant or vowel letters, we also focus on the sound of the word. Hour. Is a vowel sound. Therefore, we use our indefinite article an. Let's take a look at the word honest. Now, honest, is again a vowel sound. However, this word may start with an H, which is a consonant letter, and you may say that, hey, this word starts with an H. That means we have to use our indefinite article a. But we have to also focus on the sound of the word. Honest, O is a vowel sound. We do not pronounce this word as honest, right? It's honest. Therefore, we have to use our indefinite article an before it. Let's take a look at the next example word, which is university. Now, hey, this is easy, right? U is my vowel letter. Therefore, I would just say an university. Wouldn't I? Well, I wouldn't use an university. And the reason is, this word university starts with U, which is our vowel letter, but the sound that it makes is it makes the Y sound or the U sound. So the U sound is a consonant sound, and therefore I would use a. So it's a university. I just told you guys that it's very important for us to focus on the sound of the word. U is a consonant sound. It is not a vowel sound. This word university starts with a vowel letter, but that is not the sound that it makes. Therefore, it's important for us to use a, which is our indefinite article here. Let's take a look at the next example, which is 1 rupee coin. My grandpa gave me a 1 rupee coin. Now, 1 rupee coin, the word 1 starts with O. O is a vowel letter, but I'm very sure that you all must have gotten the drill by now. It starts with a vowel letter, but does it make a vowel sound? No. The word one makes the W sound, that is the W sound. And therefore, the W sound is actually a consonant sound. So it should be a 1 rupee coin as opposed to an 1 rupee coin, because it makes the W sound, right? W, one, W. Do you get the drill now? You all have to focus. So the purpose of this activity was for you guys to know that we don't have to just focus on the vowel letters or the consonant letters, but we also have to focus on the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds. And that is how we use our indefinite articles and an before words or nouns. And the first rule is that we use our indefinite articles and an before singular countable nouns. Now we have, an idea about the usage of our indefinite articles. Now let's learn more about the uses of our indefinite articles and an. Hey guys, so we just learned about and an, that we are supposed to use them before singular countable nouns. We had this activity wherein we understood when to use our indefinite article and an, an before vowel letters and vowel sounds, and before consonant letters and consonant sounds. So that is when we have to use our indefinite articles and an. Now we are going to take a deep dive into the uses of indefinite articles. When do we actually use them? What is the purpose, behind using them? So the first use of our indefinite articles and an is that we have to use them when we mention something or someone for the first time. Let's take a look at the first example. I saw a butterfly yesterday. Now, you are my friend, and I tell you for the very first time, you know what? I saw a butterfly yesterday. So since it's the first time I'm mentioning this to you, I use our indefinite article a. I saw a beautiful butterfly yesterday. Similarly, let's take a look at the second example. I consulted an optician yesterday. You are my friend. I tell you, you know what? My eyes are getting dry. So therefore, I consulted an optician yesterday. The first time I'm mentioning this, and that is the first use of our indefinite articles and an. When we mention something or someone for the very first time, then we have to use our indefinite articles and an, like in these examples that I just mentioned. The second use is that we have to use and an to show someone or something belongs to a group. So it was a beautiful butterfly. It was one among many. That is one in a group, right? When we are referring to someone or something that belongs to a group. Like it was a beautiful butterfly. It was one butterfly amongst the other beautiful butterfly. Similarly, she is an optician in London. She is an optician in London, but she is one among the many opticians in London. So one among many. That is the second usage of our indefinite article. Let's take a look at the third usage, which is use a and an when we mention someone's job or occupation. So that's fairly simple. My mom is an artist. Artist is her job, that's her occupation. Therefore, I use our indefinite article and here. And Stacy, my best friend Stacy, is a teacher. So artist is an occupation, teacher is an occupation, and we use our indefinite articles before we specify what someone's job is, what someone does for a living. So these are our three main uses of our indefinite articles and an. We use them when we are mentioning something for the very first time. We use them when we want to refer that something or someone belongs to a group, one among the many beautiful butterflies. And thirdly, we use our indefinite articles and an when we mention what someone's job or occupation is. So we have learned so many things about indefinite articles. We know the major difference between a and an and when to use them. I hope you found this video interesting. Until next time, happy learning.